Meet Maya, 28 years old, marketing analyst in Chicago. Makes $68,000 a year, has $45,000 in student debt. She's been grinding for 3 years, early mornings, late nights, always hitting her KP as she just got a 3% raise. Feels like a win, right? But her rent went up 8%. Her groceries cost 12% more. That raise actually bought her less freedom than last year. Here's the question, Maya, and maybe you haven't asked yet. What if working harder isn't the path to security, but the fastest way to burn out? It's because next year, Maya's role might not be eliminated by a person. It might be automated by 3 lines of code she didn't write, running on a server she's never seen. And that's not fear-mongering. That's the new math of the middle class. Stick with me. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to protect yourself. First, let's be clear. This is not your fault. You did everything you were told. Go to school, get the degree, land the job, work hard, climb the ladder. You followed the script. So why does it feel like the finish line keeps moving? You're not falling behind. The game changed, and nobody updated the rulebook. Here's the counterintuitive truth. Your labor is becoming a commodity. In an age of AI and global talent pools, the value of selling your time is under massive pressure. Every skill you learn that makes you more efficient also makes you easier to replicate. Think about it. If you're the best at a repetitive task, you're not safe. You're the prime candidate for automation. Companies don't reward loyalty to a process. They reward ownership of the outcome. Have you ever spent months mastering a tool only to see it get updated or replaced overnight? Drop a yes in the comments if that's hit home. This isn't opinion, it's economics. A 2023 Goldman Sachs report estimates that AI could expose the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs to automation. That's not just some jobs. That's a fundamental shift in how value is created. Let's break down the visual math. From 1979 to 2024, worker productivity in the U.S. grew by over 60%. But hourly wages, it grew by just about 17% adjusted for inflation. Where did that value go? It flowed to assets. To the owners of the technology, the capital, the intellectual property, the middle-class bargain. Trade your time for a paycheck that buys a house and security. Broke when asset returns, permanently decoupled from wage growth. And this isn't just about numbers on a screen. It's about dignity. It's about the stress that follows you home. The fear of checking your email on a Sunday. The feeling that your time with your family is always borrowed, never truly yours. The anxiety you feel isn't a personal failing. It's a rational response to a system where your wages buy survival, but only assets buy freedom. So, what do? Stop playing a game that's rigged against wage earners. We start building a portfolio of assets that work for us 24/7. This isn't about getting rich quick. It's about building durable security. Here are 3 concrete steps you can start today. Don't wait to have extra money. Start microscopic. Automate $25 a week into a low-cost broad market index fund, like one tracking the S&P 500. Set it and forget it. This isn't about the amount. It's about rewiring your identity. You are now an owner. A shareholder. Your money is now a tiny employee, working while you sleep. Instead of just learning to use the next AI tool, ask, how can I use this to create a small asset? Could you document your learning process into a niche newsletter? Could you automate a tiny part of your job and productize that solution? Focus on skills that create ownership stakes in content, in code, in community, not just execution. This is crucial. Hope is not a strategy. Before you chase high returns, build your runway. A fully funded emergency fund isn't boring, it's your freedom fund. It's what lets you say no to a toxic job or yes to a risky opportunity. Pair that with basic term life disability insurance if others depend on you. This foundation turns anxiety into agency. This shift changes everything. It's not about working less today. It's about building a different tomorrow. A future where your security isn't tied to your next performance review, but to the assets you've patiently cultivated. The future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we build. And the most powerful tool you have isn't your job title, it's your ability to own a piece of the future. You have the awareness, you have the drive. Now you have the map. The middle class didn't die because people stopped working hard. It evolved. And the new version is built by owners, not just workers. If you want to navigate this shift with clarity, if you want strategies to build wealth that outlasts the next tech disruption, hit subscribe. We break down the complex world of finance, tech, and the future into actionable steps every week. No jargon, it's just truth. Because your time is your most non-renewable asset. Let's make sure it's working for you. What's one small asset you could start building this week? Tell us below.